This episode is brought to you by Olive and June.
And I'm a brand new fan of Olive and June because we're going to be talking about their gel polishes, which we're really excited to get. But prior to even this, like 2 weekends ago, Mats and I were out and he treated me to 2 Olive and June polishes that I painted my toes, and they look so good.
I love painting my nails at home. As you know, Olive and June delivers up to 21 days of flawless wear with a high gloss shine that won't chip, lift, or dull. There's no damaging removal thanks to their new peel off base coat and salon speed soak off system. Say goodbye to the drama of gel removal.
Olive and June's new gel mani system includes everything you need for a salon quality manicure in one box, and you can customize it with your choice of 6 gel polishes, which breaks down to less than $2 a manicure. There's a custom 5-finger LED lamp and the iconic poppy for easy painting with your non-dominant hand.
They also have a high-performance cleaner solution, HEMA-free, 15-free, and always cruelty-free and vegan.
I used to be a huge salon manicure kind of girl. Like, I was getting my gel every couple weeks, and I have to say, like, when I stopped doing that, I realized how much more of my life I had back.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I used to think that going to get a manicure and pedicure was relaxing, but I don't know what happened in the last few years, but
it was a sudden shift.
It does not feel relaxing anymore. It just kind of feels like I'm being pushed around and I have to leave. And that is why I switched to doing my nails at home.
I have to say, I think I'm probably the most excited for the peel off base coat, because that has been like the thing that has stopped me prior to this from getting into doing an at-home gel manicure.
Yeah, my nails actually got pretty damaged too because of all the scraping. And I asked him to stop doing that at the nail salon, and they're pretty resistant to that. So I like that I can be at home and, control that myself. I'm also really looking forward to all the shades that they have. They have 60 plus best-selling colors.
I'm so excited. CV red is like that, like perfect orangey red, which is like my favorite shade to wear.
Visit oliveandjune.com/blame me for 20% off your first Olive and June gel mani system.
That's OLIVEAND.com/BLAMEME for 20% off your first Olive and June gel mani system.
This episode is brought to you by Marqeta. When it comes to your payments provider, you can't afford to compromise. Marqeta's modern payment solutions flex with your business without the trade-offs. Stable and agile, secure and innovative, scalable and configurable. If they say you can't have it all, don't believe them. Your business demands more. Choose a payments provider that delivers more. Choose Marqeta. Visit marqeta.com/Spotify to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus has movies. So many movies. The movies you've seen 1,000 times and could watch 1,000 more. Iconic movies your friends can't believe you haven't seen. New movies, classic movies, new takes on classic movies. So whether you're into Top Gun or The Naked Gun, Mean Girls or Mission Impossible, Smurfs or Sonic the Hedgehog, there's a mountain of movies to discover on Paramount Plus. Start streaming today.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of Don't Blame Me.
2 people who give wonderful, life-changing, amazing advice, and we've decided to put some of that sage wisdom out for you. You have called, and we're here to answer. We're here to help, and we're going to do our very best. Because, hey, we got... I was going to talk about how we're helping cleanse the souls for our incoming rapture.
It already passed. We're just in hell.
Yeah, but don't you think traffic should be a little lighter? Like, don't you think... I called Mott's this morning. And I was like, so how's traffic? And he's like, brutal.
No, we're in LA. Like, I don't think so.
Oh, you're right. We're in Hollyweird.
Yeah.
We're in Hollyweird. Everyone here is staying. So Texas, you must be empty. Nebraska, empty. Well, Nebraska's already fucking empty. Nebraska got even more empty. Well, let us know how it's going there. The ones who are left. This feels like one of my favorite underrated short miniseries. Stephen King. Yep, I almost said Spielberg. Stephen King's Under the Dome, where it was people trapped in the dome, and then there are people outside of the dome, and it was like.
And this isn't Silo. It's a different movie. A show.
It's just a mini series with Britt Robertson. It lasted like 10 episodes, and I have to say, I do think I was the only person who watched it. I tried to make Mons rewatch it with me, and he was like, I can't do this.
I don't like of the Left Behind type shows and movies. I really like The Leftovers, but even that, I still got like I've had like 5 episodes left since the show was airing. I didn't finish
like
it.
Real dark.
I wouldn't say it's really dark. There's like a lot of ridiculous stuff that happens in it. Like there's these people that did get left behind, but then they join like a cult that wears all white, and they're just sitting there smoking all day and don't talk. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that also checks. Like that seems like also realistic about something that would happen.
Yeah,
that was at HBO, right?
Mm-hmm. And even like his wife, who is what's her name? But she like he thought that she got raptured, but she's just part of this cult now.
Oh, that's actually funny.
Yeah,
maybe I'll watch it.
I mean, it's not funny by any means, but it's just there's just ridiculous things that happen in it.
It's got that guy,
Jennifer Aniston's.
No, this random together? Blonde man who was in like every ABC Family thing for a point.
What was his name?
Chris Zilka.
Yeah. Yep. I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I bet like the Chads like love him. He's like got that look that they love. He was in Hannah Montana. Oh, he's in Hannah Montana. Love it. Love it. Maybe we'll watch it. Always looking for new shows. Specifically, new shows that ended a long time ago. So we have all the episodes. Mm-hmm. We know what we're getting into. I don't like getting attached.
Did you ever watch Orphan Black?
No, that's on our list. We've talked. That's been high on our list for the last like 2 weeks.
I also never watched the final episode of it because I never wanted it to end.
Oh, I do that. There are so many of my favorite TV shows. I've quite literally never seen the finale.
It, except for the last episode.
Yeah, me and Colonel Mines.
So good.
We literally we debated putting it on last night. Like that's like on our top list of ones. And I was like, maybe we should do that.
Yeah. And it's also kind of low budget too because it was made in Canada. So, you know.
I appreciate that.
It's like low budget / high budget because I think a lot of money just went to Tatiana because of her acting and the editing.
And then and the
wardrobe and hair.
Yep.
That's where all the money went. But you'll be like, did y'all just film this with the phone driving down the street?
Mm-hmm. There are so many shows like that like you'll see that you're like, and I say this with, I'm just being honest, where I immediately go, this is so Canadian. Mm-hmm. Like this is,
it just has a different vibe to it.
Canadian. Mm-hmm. It has we tried to cut costs. That kind of vibe. And I'm not saying like the Canadian actors, but I'm just saying like they get these Canadian actors and they put them in what I have to assume is their own clothes. And they make them do that. And then they go, yeah, for the stunt, you can drive your own car. Bring your car. You'll drive it. And it's just like, you're really making a student film here. And then you're selling it to a big old network for all this money. And everyone who made it's not seen a dime of that.
There's so much science stuff in it. And like all that looks very expensive, but then they'll just be outside. And I'm like,
yeah.
Especially that first season.
No, season 1 of Night Agent, as soon as it started, I was like, this is, and because they do something where like they're going to like, I don't know, the Washington DC Zoo. They're going somewhere and I go, that's Canada. Like they're walking down the street and they're like, you don't even have the budget to pick a different spot in Canada that looks more like the city that you're saying. Mm-hmm. You're just like, let them think it. Let them think it. And I'm like, okay. They increased the budget season 2 because they got Brittany Snow for 1 episode. And then I go, I thought we were about to be absolutely just cash. Because I go, Brittany Snow, oh my God, they're killing it. 1 episode. And half the time it's dark. And I go, I don't even think that's Brittany Snow anymore. I think that's her sun double. Oh, you know how I feel about dark suns?
Did you have your glasses?
I had glasses at that point.
Okay.
I did. Well, you know, that was me and telling everybody, oh my God, watch Lupin with the dubbed version because I didn't even know it was dubbed. Finally, I watched it with my glasses on. I said, "Oh, you can tell it's dubbed." I just couldn't see.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great. Still great dubbing on that one. Can't wait. There's that new season of that coming soon.
But like, he speaks English. Why couldn't he just?
So that's part of the reason why I think I fed into this fantasy because there's something about him. He's like magnetic on screen. So I immediately looked him up. And it checked, like, it wasn't like their voices sounded wildly different. I'm like, main character, okay. But yeah, so I was kind of just like, okay, so what was this for? What was, I guess, France. But also, I think you get residuals for Netflix France.
Okay. I just mean, why couldn't he do his own dubbing, though?
Oh, that's a great question.
Maybe they just wouldn't pay him enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea.
Anyways, nothing to do with this show, but should we get into giving some advice?
So there are many ways that you can get some advice from us. You can call in, you can write in, you can send us an email, you can send a DM, you can fill out a form. There are so many ways. And the rules for all of those is you have to be over 18 years old and tell us how old you are. For the call, you can leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. If you are wanting to hear the sounds of your voice on this podcast, but you're like, ooh, not in the States, not going to be able to do that. That's okay. You can just a voice memo and email it to meganpodcast@gmail.com. And that is the same email address if you want to type out your predicament, your problem that you want our help with, same place. And the DM is social media, specifically Instagram. And then the form we also have listed in the show notes. It's probably the easiest way to do this. And it also helps you, like, how old are you? You don't have to remember all of those things, but you do have to tell us those things. We need to know how old you are because it completely determines the advice that we give. And we want all relevant details. We want the stuff that's going to be like, oh, okay, this changes how I feel. What you would tell someone who has no information on. Like, we're a completely unbiased third party. We want to be more biased towards you. So help us help you.
Yeah. I had to process that for a second, but yeah.
We want to help you, and we want you to be in the right
best light.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly.
But
like,
also
we don't
tell us the truth. Because
also, like, if you were like, hey, I did this thing and I was like kind of a raging bitch. Oh my God, welcome to every day in my life. Hi, my name is Megan. I'm a raging bitch. This is my drop my life. Like, if you did something that you're like, oh, this is embarrassing, or I fucked up, or whatever, like, that's totally fine. We'll help you in the recon. We'll help you, like, figure that out. But you have to be honest with us. Otherwise, we can't help.
All right. Should we get into the first one?
Let's do it.
I'm writing to you because I'm in a tricky spot and need some guidance. About 1.5 years ago, I was talking to this guy, Mark. We were 22 and everything was great. We were in that sweet spot where you're not officially together, but everyone knows you're an item. We'd even talk about it, and we both knew we were on the verge of making it official. And just for context, this person is 23, she, her. Then, out of nowhere, he completely ghosted me. He stopped responding to my texts, and after 3 days of silence, he didn't show up for a date we had planned. I was heartbroken and confused. I later found out that he had blocked me on social media. It was one of the worst feelings I've ever had. Eventually, I moved on. I started seeing someone else, but that relationship recently ended. A few weeks ago, I got a message from Mark. He apologized for what he did, admitting it was messed up. He said he missed talking to me and wanted to at least be friends. I was hesitant, but I agreed because I genuinely missed him. Now he's starting to flirt again. He knows I'm single and his messages are getting flirty. I'm lonely and I miss him and I find myself flirting back. I really want to believe that this time it's different, but I'm terrified of getting hurt again. What do? I don't want to shut myself off, but I also don't want to relive that pain. How do I go about without getting burned?
I want you to shut yourself off.
I wouldn't go that far yet. And here's why. I want to know what the reason was that he stopped talking to you.
Me
and
too.
why he started again, and then what he said to apologize. And did his apology mean something because you were just lonely, or was it like an actual genuine apology? And also, were you on social media with this person that you recently broke up with and Mark has been following you from a burner account and then realized that you were single again? I need these answered and then you block him.
Yeah, and this is the thing, though, that like I don't want you to have to ask those questions. I think he should have offered that information to you in order for you to let him like back. This whole thing of being like, hey, it was messed up.
Okay,
What
but
was messed
how?
up?
What was messed
What was
up?
messed up?
What was
What did
happening
you do?
in his life? Did something happen that he was like, I just had to get rid of everybody in my life for a minute while I process everything?
Yeah, because I have to say that like him coming back right after you've gone out of another relationship, to me, does not change anything from him. It's like, oh, yeah. So he's interested up until the point where there's any sort of like commitment or there's any something like that. He's like popping back in a vulnerable state. He's like seeing that there's a spot there to slide right into. So I feel the same way where I'm like, there is no like forgiveness if you're not apologizing for anything. Like if you're just being like, yeah, sorry, that was messed up. What was? And how are we not going to do that again? And like, what has changed? How have we grown? Like, and I don't want to have to ask those questions. Like, you need to be giving that stuff freely, because I shouldn't be like I shouldn't be like starting to have these conversations with you or like talking to you again until you have like earned that back. Yeah. So like, I think that like, unless there's like stuff that he said that you're not telling us, that like he gave an explanation for this. But if the explanation is that was messed up.
Now I'm back, baby.
Yeah. Like, with love, that is embarrassing. You need to not. That like you are so much better than that. And like that is something where it is you are making a choice based on like, well, I did miss you. And it's like what you're going, it's going to happen again. It's going to just happen again because you're letting it happen again, because he now can think that he can get away with doing this. And they're just going, sorry, I messed up.
Mm-hmm. But if it was something traumatic and he needed time away and he didn't know how to process those feelings and he already told you all of this, then how you can't, block yourself from just getting hurt again unless you just cut him off right now. But if he was actually genuine about everything he said and you believe him, and he's changed and he's better at communicating now, and he actually like wants a relationship with you, whether it be a friendship or y'all move back towards where you were going before, then like you can't stop it from eventually getting burned in the future, but like you're better equipped this time. And that like Meghan and I have been ghosters in the past. I don't really do that anymore. Meghan's been in a relationship for like 20 years. So of course she hasn't done that.
No, I mean, but I ghost in other ways.
We're talking about relationships here.
Okay. Because I think right now in my life, ghosting is being the bigger person.
Okay.
But sometimes I don't want to be the bigger person.
Yeah, I understand that. But I think letting him know what your fears are, if you are like, but also, do you need time to recover from this last relationship? Because you're just jumping right back in.
Yeah, I also want to know how long you and Mark were like initially together. Like that is, I'm really curious about that. But to me, I also think that there's like a level of, I don't like being disrespected by anyone. I really don't like feeling disrespected by men, in the sense of like them thinking that they can just like, they don't have to offer an explanation, or they can say something like so minimal and it's like, it's cool, right? And it's like, no, I have a brain. I'm intelligent. Like you can't just like say like a blanket thing like, oh, dog ate my homework, and I'm going to take that as that is the only reality that exists. Like, I do think that there's something also like, if he's like, I want to be friends, and then like pretty quickly also starts flirting with you, I don't find that flattering, because like I don't think you actually want to be friends. Like, I know when you message me, you're not looking to be friends. You're like looking to rekindle, because it's not a coincidence that you're doing this now that I'm single. But then just to like start flirting without being like thinking about my feelings, in the sense that like you fucking ghosted me the last time we had a relationship, and now you're just gonna like start flirting again while telling me you just want to be friends. It's just like, no, don't, like, I can see through this. Like, this, you are not slick. Like, I can see what you're doing. And I think there's something like fun about flirting, and it can feel like this like innocent sort of thing. But what you are telling him now is he can ghost you, circle back, tell you he just wants to be friends, and then start flirting with you again, leading back to that. And then he can then go, well, I said I just wanted to be friends. Like, if he has not like made his intentions clear, that to me, I find I find it disrespectful, and I also find it like unattractive. And I'm like, you're not taking me seriously still, because if you were taking me seriously, you'd also be taking your feelings seriously. And you wouldn't suddenly start flirting with someone who you said you wanted to be just friends with because you also want to protect your heart because you have feelings for me. Like, there's just something like careless about that, which like really does give 23, 24-year-old guy. I don't think you should have to ask these questions. Like, I think these are the prerequisites to even like continue, like to you responding, like to you having a conversation with him or talking again or anything like that. And I think if you're like, well, I'll ask him now, I think go for it. But I do think like what Melissa said, if you're going to choose that and you're going to choose I'm going to ask him these questions and then you're going to decide how you feel about those answers. I already think you started to have feelings. You've already got feelings again, and you're not going to be able to prevent yourself from getting hurt in that situation.
Yeah.
I think the only way that like you can't prevent yourself from getting hurt regardless. But I think the way that you would be a little less invested is if he offered that information, you didn't have to ask, and it wasn't after you already started talking again, and it wasn't right after a breakup. It just feels like, odd
like
coincidence.
He's been plotting.
Yeah, this is a plotting man. He's got a shovel. He's drawn out maps, and he's like, "That's my plot of land."
See, that's not the plotting I was talking about,
Yeah,
but
I know. It came to me. Yeah, I don't like this man.
But also, I feel like there's a lot of things that weren't said in this message that we need more information on.
100%. But I also do wonder, Mark might be a man of few words.
And if he's a man of few words, then no.
No. More words, Mark.
Yeah. I just don't know if the writer themselves gave us all the information.
Yeah.
And also, that might have been purposeful on your behalf to make him look better.
And if that's the case, I bet you it's even worse. So no.
Yeah.
This just reminds me of We Are African Americans plus Mark. I literally watched that 3 times today.
Do you just look at it?
No, it came up in like a ranking of like best. It was like his best moments at Coach, and they had that as like number 5. And I was like, number 5? No,
this is what I know him about. Number 1. Maybe, but who knows? I don't know. I don't watch the show. It's
funny, but it is crazy because like for me, that's been around forever. Like for a longest time, I thought it was a sketch. Like I thought it was a clip.
Thought he was like 40, and we looked him up, and he's.
Oh, and the fact that this happened in like 2020, I was like, wait, what do you mean? I thought I lived my whole life with this quote. It's just that impactful.
Mm-hmm. Very powerful.
And I truly thought he was a comedian. He's got a future. He's so funny.
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we get back, we'll get into the next one.
If you've shopped online, it's extremely likely that you've bought from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout? The one that makes the process from, I think I'm ready to buy, to, I can't wait till it gets here, so incredibly easy? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes it easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. It gives you a leg up from the very beginning, with hundreds of beautiful, ready-to-go templates to express your brand style, so you don't have to spend time coding a website. Shopify allows you to tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. Plus, they have built-in marketing and email tools to help find and keep new customers, so you can easily spread your brand's word. And did I mention that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's the reason why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. Your customers already know it, love it, and actually use it. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana lets you buy your next car on your terms. Explore a massive inventory online, filter for what matters, and find your perfect match. Then choose delivery to your home or pick it up at one of Carvana's iconic car vending machines. Every car also comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee, so you can make sure it's the right fit. Buy your car on Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Carvana.
Once upon a mundane morning, Barb's day got busy without warning. A realtor in need of an open house sign. No, 50 of them, and designed before 9.
My head hurts.
Any mighty tools to help with this plight? Aha! Barb made her move. She opened Canva and got in the groove.
Bulk creating Canva sheets. Create 50 signs fit for suburban streets.
Done in a click, all complete.
Sweet!
Now, imagine what your dreams can become when you put imagination to work at canva.com.
We're back, and it's time for the next. This person is 19, she, her. I'm in a tough spot right now, and I really need some outside perspective. I'm 19, a freshman in college, and I have the kindest, I said a kind of boyfriend. I have the kindest boyfriend, Alex, who's 20. He's genuinely a great guy, thoughtful, supportive, and we have a comfortable connection. The problem is I'm not feeling that spark. I feel awful saying it because he's done nothing wrong, but I can't shake the feeling that he's not my person. Oh my God, you're 19. I'm wrestling with the secret because he's about to start his sophomore year at college 2.5 hours away. This feels like the perfect time to end things, but I'm terrified of hurting him. He's such a dedicated and sweet person, and that I don't think he would ever break up with me. The responsibility of doing it myself is paralyzing. Oh, okay. I want to stay friends with him. I truly value him, and I would love to be able to catch a movie for both of them for breaks. My God. I just can't pretend to be his girlfriend anymore. First of all, I don't think you're pretending. I think you are his girlfriend. I also feel like I'm not the right person for him. You're not. He deserves someone who is head over heels in love with him. And I know he'll meet so many incredible people at his new school who will be a much better fit. I just don't know how to go about having that conversation. What do I do? I have to say, there's something deeply unattractive about being like, this man would never break up with me. Like, what do you mean? Like, I could shoot you in the face and you'd be like, still love you. Like, that's not attractive to me. Like, I
don't think they were thinking that far, Meg.
Well, I also think, no, but I'm saying that, like, she's like, well, I don't feel that spark. And I'm like, okay, but the way you've described him as being like, oh my God, this is amazing. Some of the things that you've said, I'm like, okay, I could kind of get this a little, like, I don't feel the spark. Like, I wouldn't feel the spark if someone's like, everything you do is flawless and perfect. And like, you could treat me like crap. And like, I would just say, thank you. I'd be like, okay, I like people who have a little more self-respect than that. Like, you have to break up with this man.
No, she knows that. She just is like, how do I go about that?
I'm dying that you said pretending to be his girlfriend.
You've already been out.
Honey, you've been his girl.
She's
honey,
like,
you are his girlfriend.
I broke up with him in my head.
He just doesn't know it yet.
He doesn't know it yet, so I'm pretending.
No, babe, that is your man. That's your man. And if you don't want that man to be your man,
you have to tell him.
You have to. And how soon is it he's leaving? School year.
It will have to be soon. It might be on like how UCLA is on the trimester, so it hasn't actually.
Okay, so here's the thing. You have to do it. You have to do it. And you should do it in person. Yeah. Without a doubt. If you're like, I can't do it in person, I guess I'll do it over Christmas break.
No. Do
it over text then.
Yeah, I think you're in the perfect position because you don't have to tell him it's because of this spark. You can be like, I can't do longer distance relationship. Yep. If that's what you're afraid of, unless you're like, oh, no, because I think if he was that obsessed with you, as you say, he would have just, because he's going to a new school. He would have went to a school with you. Also, I think it might, if she didn't do it, it might just naturally happen anyway, because they're so far away.
Yes, but
I don't want to risk that.
I am thinking it's without a doubt going to happen on her end. And sometimes when that happens, you come back and you go, we're both the same. And it goes, no, I literally haven't touched a single person. I've been waiting for you. And it's like, oh, okay. So both thought we were soft launching our breakup.
Yeah, just tell him. You just have to tell him.
Mm-hmm. I've been thinking about it. I've really like loved being together and being with you. But like, I really want to. And like, you've been, how long do you say you've been dating?
I don't think they said.
Okay, so you're a freshman in college. he's about to start his sophomore year. So saying like, I have like loved dating you, but like I really want to experience college being single. Like I think this is like a really important thing for me. And like this relationship has been like so wonderful and so great. And you've been so awesome. But I think I am now recognizing that I really want to have that experience. And I think I owe it to you to have you be able to start at a new school with that versus, you know, saying like waiting until Christmas break or something. Like I think you also deserve to be able to start this new school being single.
Yeah, you cannot bring up when we're back in town, we can go to the movie. Do not say that.
Objectively
That's mean.
crazy.
That's really mean. You need to say something like what Megan just said. And also, and I would also say like, it's just a lot to like going to college is a new transition, and me being a freshman is, I need to be focused on school, and it might be hard like for us to be keeping up, and like I want you to like go out to parties and things and not be waiting for me on Saturday night, stuff like that. Just end it. End it.
There is no room for debate. There is no room for like, oh, how can we solve it? There is none of that. And if he starts doing that, just being like, I really hope, I wish the best for you, and then you just stop responding. Like I know that hurts and that sucks. Also, you can go to movies by yourself.
Yep.
Like that is, don't bring up like wanting to be friends. Don't do any of that shit. Like that's, if it happens, if you're from the same hometown, if you want to be friends, it will happen. Like there is no need to like say that when it's a very one-sided breakup. I just think it's cruel at that point. And also it does kind of leave something open depending on the person of being like, oh, well then maybe we can.
Yeah.
So I just think whatever it is, you need to make sure that the conversation doesn't end. It doesn't ask questions for him. There's not things for him to like, you know, answer for, or to be like, well, how would this work? Like, I don't know how that would work, and say, oh, well, it would work like this. Just saying like, it does not work for me. Like it needs to be statements about how you feel and how also you are thinking about him and how it will benefit him and how it like will hopefully make him feel, but ultimately ending with how you feel and what you want. So you're going to have to do it. And I stand by what I said. If you do not do it in person before you go, it is exponentially better to do it over text, over phone, over FaceTime, anything like that, than it is to wait until Christmas break.
Yeah. I don't think they were waiting till Christmas break.
Well, if they're like, well, I can't do this now, what do you think they're going to wait for? Parents' weekend? Hey, send a letter. Bring this back.
I don't know. Because they wanted it to be over by Christmas so they could still get together at Christmas. So it was going to be before.
No, I think they were going to go to the movie and then be like, this was so great. I love the friendship in this movie. I was thinking, friends. How about we're here? How about we demote down friends?
Enjoy your freshman year. I think everybody should go into freshman year being single.
100%.
You can also use that line. No, because you can use the line that God,
yes,
God just said this isn't the right time.
Yeah, I got a vision from God, and turns out the whole reason why the rapture didn't happen was because like God doesn't want us together.
Mm-hmm.
God said like this is like God thinks you're hella cool, and God and I tight, but God's like, yo, you two, you're not vibing and meshing the way that like he the Holy Spirit.
Well, God is three.
Okay. I can't
so,
get it.
The Father. Usually when you're talking about God, you're talking about the Father. And then the Son is Jesus. And then the Holy Spirit.
See, I could do so many more jokes if I understood this more.
That's why I'm explaining it to you.
I know. So
you can say the Holy Spirit talked to me and said, Jesus isn't coming back until we get this right.
Yeah, it was whispering behind everybody's back. And it was like, you know, I gotta do it for the souls.
Mm-hmm.
So, God bless.
Holy Spirit activate.
Amen. Yeah, and he's like, oh, you found God? And you're like, I found God and going first and minister. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we get back, we'll get into the next one.
Hey, Michael, Hey, Tom.
So big news to share, right?
Yes, huge, monumental, earth-shaking.
Heartbeat sound effect big. Mate is back.
That's right. After a brief snack nap.
We're coming back. We're picking snacks.
We're eating snacks.
We're rating snacks.
Like the snackologists we were born to be.
Mate is back.
Mike and Tom eat snacks.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Unless you get them from a snack machine, in which case, call us.
Call us.
There are vampires out there. They're beside you in the darkness, but what people don't understand is that they're not monsters. They're just going to work, living their unlives. But we are a dying breed. Those who came before me, they are fearful and are not content to sit back and just disappear. And they'll do anything to fix that. From the creators of Parkdale Haunt comes Woodbine, a podcast about monsters, dreams, and changes, those you want and those you never saw coming. Season 2 arrives September 24th, distributed by Realm.
Welcome to the realms of peril and glory. Explore the mechanically magical vistas of Vale, the paranormal mysteries of liminal London, and the cyberpunk chaos of Cyborg. Be awed by our incredible guests from familiar shows like Oxventure and No Rolls Barred. Search Realms of Peril and Glory to find out more.
All right, we're back. I'm hoping you can help me with a huge problem. I'm 28 and my best friend Harper and I, that's one of my niece's best friends too, and I have been inseparable for 20 years. I've been completely overwhelmed with work in the city, so I saved up to surprise her with a trip to her family's remote cabin in the Pacific Northwest. I was so excited for a relaxing escape and some quality time with her. But the trip was an absolute disaster. The entire time it rained nonstop, and we just fought constantly. Harper, who has always struggled with her mental health, was clearly having a difficult episode. Things came to a head when she accused me of being selfish. She said I was only there to escape my own problems and that I never care about what she's going through. She looked me straight in the eyes and said I was the most self-absorbed person she knows. I was completely blindsided. I went on this trip because I genuinely missed her and wanted to be there for her. We haven't spoken since I flew back. I love her so much, and I've always imagined her as my maid of honor and the godmother of my kids. But I'm so hurt by what she said. I don't want to lose this friendship, but I don't know how to get over her words or what to even say to her.
When you say struggled with mental health, difficult episode, like what are we talking about?
Yeah,
Because like
specifically.
Yeah, if this is like, if she is, going through medication changes or she's not on medication and it is something like BPD, bipolar, it's something like that where like she's like lashes out and then there's a lot of shame. So like, because I think in general, like we think of like, oh, this person said something that like really hurt me and like we haven't talked since and they haven't apologized. If you're dealing with like if it's specifically like a mental health aspect to the reason why that she did this and this is something that happens, there's like a huge amount of shame. Like a lot of people will just be like, I'm just never gonna talk to this person again because like I'm the fucking worst person in the world. And like they ultimately end up, obviously they hurt people, but like they deeply hurt themselves with those actions and like recognizing that afterwards. And then the shame is what stops them from, trying to like mend that connection because everything just feels hopeless and not worth it. But if it's like, she's dealt with depression and she's, well medicated for that. And like, we have never had any, like, she's never done anything like this before. We've never like had this happen. And like, this is not a part of like the mental health that she has deals with. And she doesn't do this to other people. Like, this is just a one-time thing that she's done to you. Then I don't know how relevant her mental health is to this if she's not using that as an explanation along with her like apologies. Like, I don't think that you get to be like, well, her mental health, so therefore I forgive her for something she didn't apologize for.
All of what Megan said, but also, what do you mean you surprised her? Did you go pick her up in your car and just keep driving until you reached this cabin and then y'all were stranded there and it was raining, because I also would be upset with that.
Yeah, that's a fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
That's
so like that could tip anybody off. So is this something she wanted to do? You said you'd been working and saving up, but did you run anything by her? Like, hey, I want to take a trip. Let's do something. Would you also like to take a trip?
And would you like that trip to be at your family cabin?
Right.
Because I'm sure, I think part of me wonders if you are feeling really hurt by this because like it's making you second guess your actions. Because I will be totally honest with you. I don't think that this is like the most off base accusation. Not like you're the most selfish person I've met in the entire world, but like I don't think that surprising someone and inviting them on a trip to their own family place, I don't know that that's like a foolproof. Nobody's going to be kind of like, I feel kind of, this feels kind of usy. And like, it doesn't have to be like, because like, your history of your relationship, this is totally normal. It could be like, her friends in the city that she's in have like been feeling kind of usy. And this has like been the tipping point with someone who she doesn't view usually doing this kind of stuff. But like, to be perfectly honest, like this to me is not with, like Melissa said, without clearing it with them being like, do you want to do this? To me, this doesn't really feel like I could see where it's like, well, this feels like more of an escape for you, not for me. Mm-hmm. So I think I think the rest of what she said was like, I can't say that like that's
but if you did that and didn't tell her and she didn't want to do that, you are self-absorbed.
Yeah. And like that might be why you're feeling like this is like so deeply hurtful for this, because I also don't think there's anything wrong with like being like, oh my God, my mental health is like in the gutter. How fun, like, do you want, like, what if we went to the cabin or whatever, and you do that? But I think framing it as like a surprise, depending on the level of how you framed it like that to me, it's kind of just like, well, this doesn't feel like an even kind of split. Like it's like the difference between like surprising your friend at their apartment and now they get to see you. So fun. They're also now a host versus planning a trip to go to a new city together. Mm-hmm. Where you're both tourists there. You're both that. Neither one of you is hosting the other person. And I think that there's also, again, I don't know what the vibe is, but like as someone who has spent a lot of time at like Matza's family like mountain house, I have like a great time there. It's so fun. But like it is far more a vacation for me. And even though like have lived there for months at a time, like I don't feel like a guest whatsoever. Like I don't have childhood memories of being there. Mazda, like there's a level of like, he gets excited in a nostalgic way to go back. And I get excited and like, oh my God, this is still fun and new to me kind of a way. So I don't know that it's, again, not foolproof. Like that this is going to like go over super well. Because also if like, her mental health was like not doing like super great and it was like family related, then she's in a place that's like family memories and family stuff there. Or like if her family's like, to you, they don't seem very strict about this and they're very chill, but like her anxiety is just disproportionate to like the expectations or standards that they have, that she's still feeling anxious there. Because it's like, well, no, I have to make sure the house doesn't get messed up. And even if it's not going to happen, it doesn't have to be like realistic fears, but like that can manifest in even more anxiety. So it might have been more of a relaxing thing for you and like not relaxing as much for her. Even if it had been prior, like before. It's just surprises are tough.
I'm not a fan of surprises. That also has to do with my control issues. But that is something that is known about me.
Yes. I like a surprise, but you need to do a good job.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like people who know me, if someone I don't know that well is like, I want to surprise you.
Don't.
No. Out. And if someone who's like, oh my God, I want to surprise you, but I'm unsure. I'm not going to be like, don't worry, it'll be fine. I'll give you three numbers to call. Phone a friend. Run it by. So like that to me is like the perfect level of this. But I guess it really depends. Because like if the surprise was just like, hey, like I'm going to book a ticket, like let's go do something. And then she suggested you go to this, like then all of what I said is like not relevant anymore. Like she was a part of it. But I'm still a big believer. Like, I don't think you can forgive people for things to like bringing your relationship back to where it was if they don't apologize. Like, I think that like I don't think someone has to like apologize to you for you to move past it or for you to just like accept them for where they are. But like, it will fundamentally change that relationship. But I think if you want to get back to where it was, you can't ask for the apology. I think that apology needs to be given. And then you have to like work through that together because it takes two active parties.
Yep. All right. We're going to take a break. And when we get back, we'll get into Don't Blame Them.
From the darkest corners of our imagination comes a game show that's more ridiculous than terrifying. Welcome to Tickled to Death. I'm your host, Roz Hernandez, and I'll be guiding guests through the creepy questions and chaotic games, all to win the ultimate title of Horror Movie Champion. Listen to Tickled to Death wherever you get your podcasts, and hit follow unless you want the show to follow you.
How does love work exactly? What makes something funny? How does noise affect your health? These are just a sample of the fascinating topics we discuss on my podcast, Something You Should Know. We bring you leading experts on topics important to you, things you can use in your life and that will fascinate you. We deliver 3 episodes a week and have over 1,000 episodes available to listen. So get listening to Something You Should Know wherever you get your podcasts.
It's ticklish business any way you look at it. Come on, we'll stick together.
Love movies? Love classic movies? So do we. Ticklish Business is the podcast where classic film is discussed in modern times. Hosted by me, film journalist Kristen Lopez, and my co-host, author Emily Edwards, we dive into the golden age of cinema with fun, heart, and serious expertise. As published film historians and lifelong classic movie buffs, we bring insider insights, deep research, and lively debates with a variety of special guests, ranging from celebrities like Holly Madison to TCM luminaries Dave Karger and Eddie Muller, and even family members of old Hollywood legends. Subscribe now to Ticklish Business on your favorite podcast app, and let's talk about old Hollywood today.
We are back, and now we are going to do
Don't Blame Them.
Don't Blame Them. That's exactly what we're going to do. Yep, Don't Blame Them. I just was waiting to see if everybody else also knew. So Don't Blame Them. What is that? This is a great question. Don't Blame Them is where a listener will call in or write in with their own advice pertaining to something that we had on a previous episode. So they might have personal experience, professional experience, or they have thoughts, insight, and feelings that we didn't say, and we got to get it back to that original. That the original person needed the advice. Maybe this will be the thing that makes it click or helps.
All right.
And sometimes it's also phone a lesbian.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd throw that in there. My meds have worn off. Hi, writing in for Don't Blame Them for the 25-year-old dating the 22-year-old who just came back from study abroad. I'm 29, female, and studied abroad at 20. If this boy is cocky enough to date a 25-year-old, just know he was swimming in pussy in Spain. Not just local people, but women studying in the program. There really is something about living in a foreign country that makes people even more horny. Just to help ick you out, my hookup lived 1 floor below me, and I found out he had 2 other girls on the side he fucked in our abroad friend group. Did I go back to him? I fear I did. I blame convenience. He was short and not even the frat star of the group. The 6-foot-plus tall frat star also had 2 U.S. girls he was juggling, living at separate ends of the metro line. See, smarter. And was constantly being approached.
He could see more.
No, exactly. He could literally see ahead. He could see into the future like Raven. Constantly being approached by local girls when we went out. You can find plenty of washed up frat boys in your city. Just find out what bars they play college football. Maybe a local team to be safe. Try UMich. They're Michigan. They're everywhere. Trust Eminem when they say lose that man's number and date someone at your age.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so fun. I wish Mons was here to wax poetic on his study abroad experience, or as he says, when I lived in Ireland. Mm-hmm. But the craziest part is so this person is like so not wrong. And this is why when your friends come back from study abroad, they're insufferable.
Yes.
Because they're like, oh, you don't
They just
understand.
got
I'm so worldly. And I go, no, you just got railed in different countries.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. You had hoes in different area codes. And, you know, when you're getting dick down, pee down, whatever down, you're naturally going to be happier.
Oh my God. They're like glowing, just like walking, like you don't even understand. It's like, I've been fucked. Like,
I've been fucked. I've had that post-nut clarity. I know what that feels like.
It's so true. But like Mott's also, when he was there, he also got a job being a bartender. And I was like, oh my God.
I can't even imagine him being a bartender.
I was like, imagine lacrosse, frat. He's in Ireland studying abroad. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to get a job at a bar. And guess what? I'm a creative writing major, ladies. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. But yeah, this is anybody else who wants to write in about their escapade studying abroad. I also want to know, those of you who studied abroad, how many years out of it did you realize, wow, I was so fucking insufferable for like the first couple months when I came back? And like, how long did that last for you? Because my God, when my friends came back from study abroad, I literally was like, I need you. Because like I had already dropped out of college by the time that they were going on study abroad. And I was like, I need you to not. I need you to fucking not.
I was at my dental group and they had like a special study abroad for that. I know. But it was like part of the...
Imagine they take you to the UK and it's like, fix these teeth.
And I literally told the advisor of the group, I was like, I do not want to go. And he's like, what, is it money? I said, no, I have money. I don't want to go.
No.
There's nothing. I didn't like living in the dorms. I got out as soon as I could.
Yeah.
I don't like being around the same people all the time. I don't want to leave my actual friends. Like there was just nothing about it that interests me at all.
No, I can go to a different country with the people I like and I care about. We can stay in a hotel and then I can come home.
Right.
And I get to pick the people I'm with.
Yeah. And it's nothing against people that can do it. I'm just not that type of person.
It's a personality type.
Yeah.
I used to think I would like have loved studying abroad. I couldn't even make it through. I hated college. And I was like, I also hated the dorms. I immediately was like, who's an upperclassman that I can hook up with so I can get out of this tiny little fucking bed?
And this person that we are also, that wrote in, they're a jet setter.
Yeah.
So I can understand you enjoying that.
100%.
Yeah.
That's like perfect for you. The only like thing that I think about of, like we think about it as like, oh yeah, like study abroad's also like these like sexcapades, like so fun or whatever. And it's like, okay, he'll get it out of his system. But at the same time, I also know someone and I went to their wedding. They got married because they met during study abroad.
Well, good for them.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like this fuckboy, and this person was also a fratty fuckboy, could meet love of his life and then be with this person. So like regardless of what happens, it's not for you.
Yeah.
You could not pay me money to have sex with a man who just got back from study abroad. No. I need to see all of your health documents.
I do think, but I do think the Spain ones, if you went to Spain, you may probably learn a few tricks though.
Oh, I will sleep with them. Not immediately after.
No. I just need you to,
No, first also because I can't deal with like the tiny Madonna accent. I'm like, no, we're not
6 months.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Like I need there to be time. I need you to have learned something from this, but I need this to have been in your past. I need you to talk about it like you were in war. Like, and it's like, back in my day. Not like, oh yeah, I recently was there. And I was like, that was 9 months ago. Let's be real.
All right. Well, thank you so much for writing in. Thank you to everyone for writing in.
That is it. We hope you all enjoyed, and then stay tuned for the rest of our content that we put out.
Join us on Friday for Fisting Friday, Monday for But Am I Wrong, Tuesday for See You Next Tuesday, and we'll be back on Thursday for another episode of Don't Blame Me.
Bye.
Bye.
This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.
Legendary stories, awe-inspiring sound, and endless adventure. Welcome to the realms of peril and glory. Explore the mechanically magical vistas of Vale, the paranormal mysteries of liminal London, and the cyberpunk chaos of Cyborg. Fall in love with our core cast, or be awed by our incredible guests from familiar shows like Oxventure, Three Black Halflings, and No Rolls Barred. Ignite your imagination and discover the realms of peril and glory today. Go to realmspod.com or search Realms of Peril and Glory wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, I'm Brandy Basanti. For the last 15 years, I've starred on one of the most successful reality shows of all time, Story Tours. On my new show, The Real Reality, my guest and I will reveal the real story of what it's like navigating fame and notoriety. Because it's my show, I can do whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. No filters, no rules, no network executives. And I believe that's what the world wants. Raw, real, authentic, and I'm gonna fucking give it to you. Though success is great, being in the public eye can come at a cost. Oftentimes, what you see on camera is not the real reality. On each episode of my show, we'll sit down with a different notable individual from the world of TV, film, sports, or internet fame. We will explore their unique story, what really happened on and off camera, how becoming famous has truly impacted their lives, and what their vision is for their future. In a world obsessed with celebrity, followers, and subscribers, the true story is often lost or even buried. This show will reveal what really happened. This show will reveal what people really felt. This show will reveal what fame is really like. This is The Real Reality. Subscribe now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Look, we all know there are a lot of celebrity interview podcasts out there, but there's only one, Happy, Sad, Confused. I'm Josh Horowitz, and yeah, I'm the host of the show, so I'm a little biased, but truly Happy, Sad, Confused is the place for nerdy and intimate conversations with all your favorite actors and filmmakers. From Andrew Garfield and Scarlett Johansson to Christopher Nolan and Quentin Tarantino. For over 10 years and over 700 episodes, Happy, Sad, Confused has broken movie and TV news every single week. That's because I ask all the questions I want to know, and more importantly, you want to know. Casting what-ifs, backstage stories, acting pet peeves, and much more. So whether you're into superheroes, prestige TV, or just the coolest actors and directors alive, you're going to learn something in every episode. Listen to Happy, Sad, Confused on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.